Hey guys, this is Broke to Beast, where we make videos about starting your own business, online or offline, as well as follow along my own journey. It's finally here. This is a complete guide on how to start buying and selling phones. Before we start, if you like entrepreneurship and business content, make sure you go down below and subscribe because we release videos every day. So, there are three main steps you need to start your own phone flipping journey. The first one is you gotta figure out how much can you actually invest in this type of business. Depending on how much money you have in the beginning to invest, will determine what kind of models can you buy in order to make a profit with less risk involved. So, I followed this formula in the beginning when I started flipping phones, which is I had a specific amount of income of money I would want to invest in this business, and I would calculate 10% of that income would be the max buying price of a specific phone. So imagine you have $1,000. The most you can pay for a specific phone to sell it would be $100. So you can't go over $100. However, once you buy, for example, you buy a phone for $100 and you sell it for $150, now you have $1,050. So you actually can buy, the max price would be $105. So imagine you do that for a while and you end up with $1,500 of bankroll. That means that your new buying price, maximum buying price for a phone is $150. Now I'm not saying you have to absolutely follow this 10% rule of your bankroll money, but I will assure you that if you use this formula, you probably won't have any problems with going broke. And you also have less risk involved, because if you make a bad purchase, you can always try to buy other phones to make up for that bad purchase with their profit. Now there's an exception. I would say that if you have under $300, even definitely under $100, but I would say up to $300, I would say just go all in. It's not worth it to calculate 10%, because if it's $100, 10% of $100 is $10, so you can't do much with that. So I just say if you have, maybe if you're living with your parents or you have a job, just go all in with the money you want to invest and just buy. The max price would be the whole amount of money. If it's $100, it's $100 up to $300. And you'll probably will be able to sell the phone, and with that new amount of money you can actually buy new phones with that. Only when you have a bankroll of $500 or more is it reasonable to start using the 10% formula rule. Now you have to realize something. If you start this business today, most probably you'll start making money by the end of this week. However, it might not be that fast for you. I'm not guaranteeing your results. So if you're living with your parents or somebody pays for your bills or your food, then you have no problem. Just invest the money you have and you won't have any problem because you don't have nothing to risk, nothing to lose actually. However, if you're living on your own and you don't have a job and you only have this small amount of money, I would say, even though I know the entrepreneurship blood says that I don't really want to get a job, that's not really what I want to do, you might get faster to the entrepreneurship dream if you just get a job for a short amount of time, so you can jump up and be able to eat basically at the end of the month and pay for rent, and also reinvest in your business fast so you can grow it faster and leave your job even faster. For example, currently I'm doing quite well in terms of phone flipping business, and I also have some money from my other businesses. However, I still have a day job where I serve tables. I work at a restaurant because I feel that they'll give me food at the end of the month, and I can use the extra money from the job to reinvest in ads or other phones or even other ideas I have in terms of businesses. So I'll reach much faster the next level without needing to have a job in the future. Step 2. You need to start finding a way to find great deals. The first thing you have to do is to find 3 websites or 3 sources of deals that you can reach. Here are some ideas. The first one would be through, if you live in the US, I'd say Craigslist or any other country which uses Craigslist. So you can post your ads saying that you buy phones, broken screens, new phones, used phones, all kinds of phones, electronics. So you can start getting messages from people with deals, and you can start offering you can start negotiating with people. The second website I would suggest is a different kind of website. You can use Craigslist as well, but if you have other websites that are different, maybe it doesn't have this feature. It would be where people actually post their own phones with the prices, and you can basically message maybe 20, 30, even 50 people per day by lowballing them to see if you can get them to sell their phone to you, so you can sell it for a higher price, resell it for a higher price. Third way you can get deals, a third example, would be to do on Facebook groups. I love Facebook groups. It's basically a big part of my business are Facebook groups. Basically just join as many buy and sell and negotiating groups on Facebook where people constantly post cars and phones to sell, electronics, pieces of clothing. Just go into those groups near your area and post ads saying that you actually buy phones. You'll get a ton of messages every day from people wanting to sell their phones to you. And maybe every 30 messages you receive, you can get a couple of really good deals. A really important tip when you post ads that show that you're looking for phones, to buy phones from other people, is to have a really good message delivered to the people that want to sell their phones. Basically, you need to have a really good photo, if they allow photos, obviously, and a really good description. A short, sharp, and direct to the message description. Basically, you need to put photos and words regarding money or upfront money, direct payment, cash, things that are quick, fast, that people can go meet you up and receive the money right away. You also need to tell people what kind of phones you actually buy. If you buy broken screens, no broken screens, what kind of models do you buy, what kind of brands do you buy. You need to write that down, a list of all the brands and all the conditions you actually buy or you don't buy. The third thing you have to do is include a call to action, which marketing means that you need to include a short message that will incite people to do whatever you want them to do. So in this case would be maybe to contact you by message, phone, or Facebook message, telling you what kind of phone they have, what kind of model, and what condition it is. So you can basically receive more messages per day and consequently make more deals per day. The third and final step is to find a way to sell the phones you've gotten from deals. So basically, I'm going to give you 3 examples as well of websites where you can actually sell your phones quickly and while making a profit. The first one is Craigslist as well. The thing with Craigslist is a lot of people need money fast. Craigslist or any type of those websites. And when they need money fast, usually they are willing to lower the price. However, if you are patient and you're willing to hold it for a little longer than normal, you can actually make a really good profit. Basically, you get the phone from the person at a lower price because they need the money right away, and you take photos of that phone. You write a very good description, and you take really good photos, and you write a really good title. But you also raise the price up so you can have a higher margin in terms of profit. And then you just wait. And usually, since you have all the details improved in a major way, usually you can find more people interested in buying your phones. The second place you can actually sell the phones in are in the Facebook groups you already joined on Facebook, where you can also post your own phones with much better photos and description, but at a higher price, so you can actually get the profit difference. Facebook is very good because it's very easy to contact people and to talk to them by Messenger. The only annoying thing is if you have a lot of phones and you also have the ads that are buying phones, you can get a lot of messages in your personal Facebook, which I actually find annoying because I don't like to check my messages in the morning. So maybe what you could do is create a different account and just join the same groups, and basically it's a business account where you take care of business and messages in that account, but not in your personal account. The third way you can sell your phones, which is the most common usually, is eBay. eBay usually is a very easy way to sell your phones. Only caveat is that you usually can't sell them at as high price as you could sell maybe locally or on Craigslist or on Facebook. But the process is much simpler and faster. You go through PayPal, so you have protection basically from PayPal, and you just have to write a description and take good photos and just post it. And you have a lot more eyes on your phones because it's eyes all over the country. When somebody buys a phone, you simply have to post by mail to them the next day and make sure they receive and they're happy with the product. Now here are a few tips that I think will help you. First, take really good photos. Most people take really crappy photos of the phones, and that's why they don't sell as well. Because when you have really good photos, it attracts, not only does it attract more people, it also attracts people that are higher incomes, that expect higher quality from products. That means that you don't need to have a fancy camera as long as you have an iPhone or a camera that has HD quality and enough quality that it can take pretty good photos. Just use that. To take really good photos, you can also buy a wooden stand that you can place your phone on top. I'll bring it, by the way. Okay, here's a piece of wood I was talking about, and basically you just place your phone on top and it stays really neatly on top, and it's very professional. Another thing you can do is buy a paper board and put it on the back against the wall. So it's basically everything is white around and it's just focused on the phone and the details of the phone. It's a really simple piece, cheap. You can buy it on AliExpress. It costs about, I don't know, $3, shipped to your house, free shipping. It takes a little long, but it's worth it. It really changed my photos, and a lot of people that message me, I can see they're a lot more serious in buying my phones. Another thing you can do is to have really good descriptions, as I've said before. Make sure you put everything in bullet points. And basically, when you write a description, you need to think about what people want to hear in the description. Usually when people buy a phone, they don't, unless you're a tech person or you know a lot about phones and electronics, they don't really care about the specs of the phones. They care about the quality and they care about the experience of the purchase. So make sure you put things like 100% satisfaction guaranteed. You put it's in very good condition. You put the amount of gigabytes is the only thing you have to put. You put the color there. You put what kind of dents does it have. You put basically, instead of putting features of the phone, you put benefits. That's a very important rule you must follow. The last tip is, after you've done a lot of business with people and you've started to create a really good income, you need to start thinking about branding and about repeat customers. You need to start about thinking ways of retaining a customer and maybe getting a referral from them or their contact information, something like that, online or offline, their phones. Maybe you give out cards, all kinds of ways. Just be creative, and this is your business, this is your future, so you have to think deeply about this because it will make your life a lot easier. You won't have to get new customers every single time. Anyways, hope this helped, guys. Hope this helped, guys, and make sure you guys hustle every day and try to get new deals and phones every day, because sooner or later you're going to buy a really good phone and make a really good profit, and you're going to be really happy, trust me. Now, make sure you go down below, subscribe, and leave a like, because I want to know if you guys are enjoying this type of content. And also go comment down below and tell me, how's your journey going? Are you selling phones? Have you started any kind of business, online business, offline business? So we can share with each other and maybe help each other and see, well, what can we create? 1 + 1 = 3. So, peace, guys, and see you next time.